look at the results of my analysis from the Wimbledon data, you notice that I'm presenting this data in a very nice manner. We are presenting this in the reverse descending order of the times that the player has won. So, for example, Roger Federer has won this the most number of times. It turns out 8 times in these years, and hence his name comes first. Then we have Novak Djokovic, Sampras, and so on and so forth. Now, this is the same data that we were using earlier, but presenting it this way creates new insights. Of course, we can present it, let's say, sorted in another manner. For example, now here I am presenting it by country in an ascending alphabet order. So Australia comes first, being starting with A, then Croatia, Spain, and so on. You notice that the same data presented differently leads to different insights and different, let's say, inferences coming out from there. Um, in this video, we'll see how we do this. We are enhancing the Sports Heroes project from the YByte Python curriculum available at www.ybyte.in. Basically, Sports Hero is all about taking sports related data and analyzing it from, let's say, different point of views. As you can imagine, at the core, this bonus idea is in fact very, very similar to what we had done, for example, in the laptop store project. We have this list of dictionaries, which is which contains all the information that we want to present. So in this case, the player name, the country that player comes from, how many times the player has won it, and so on. We are going to basically sort that basis a key. Now, key here is a function that runs for every item of this iterable, and we can choose to present the result in a reverse order by setting this boolean. So that's the basic idea. We've seen this before in, let's say, for example, laptop store. The exact same thing we're going to do now. Now recall that in our project, the winners info list is that list of dictionaries, which is what we present onto the, on the analysis.dat, which means that, if I can sort this before I, let's say, present it on the analysis, then basically we are done. So that's exactly what we are going to do. But in order to keep it flexible, I'm going to define a new function to do the sorting for me so that the code remains a bit clean. And we'll come back and update this here. So I'm going to say, okay, let me define a function so I can do it over here. Say def, let's say reorder. That's the name of the function that I'm to keep creating. Now, this is going to take, like I said, winners, say info list. Remember, this is a list of dictionaries. I must also know, however, what key I want to sort it on and if I want to reverse this. So I'm going to say, okay, let me do it on sorting, say key, and say sorting order. So again, that's going to be a Boolean. Sorting order is going to be a Boolean. And now to define this function, I'm going to just say, okay, let me create a temporary, let's say, list of dictionaries. And that is basically using the sorted method. So I'm going to sort this winners info list. I will use my key as a lambda statement. So I just go and say key equals to lambda, map x to, for example, say x sorting key. So now what this means is that, look, I'm looking at every item of the dictionary, every item of that list. Since that's a dictionary, I'm looking at the key which is given by the sorting key. So, I look at that item and basis that I'm going to sort the entire dictionary. Very powerful, this function. And remember, I'm going to reverse this depending on the sorting order. So I'm just going to say, well, reverse, which has to be a Boolean, is say sorting order equals to say D. So if I give D as a sorting order, it kind of implies descending. That's when I sort this, right? So I reverse this, and at the end of this, I can just go and return DT. Now, obviously, in order for me to call this function, I will have to, pass these arguments to the function, which means that since I'm calling them from inside the analyze, my analyze itself must have, let's say these arguments given. So in order to keep it sort of flexible, I'm going to say, okay, look, let me, by default, let me use a default argument here. So let's just say sorting key here by default is, let's say, times 1. And the sorting order by default also is D. Now notice these are default arguments, which means that if I don't pass them from outside, these are the values taken, but then if I want to override them, I can always pass them from outside. So I will do this. Now over here, I'm just going to say, well, let me be careful with the indentation. So it has to be outside the for loop. So I'm going to say, well, winners, let's say winners, um, winners info sorted is equal to reorder. So let us just reorder, this list. So that is basically winners info list. And there I can just go and pass sorting key and sorting order. And this should really be okay. In fact, the good thing is, even if I don't pass these arguments, which means the code will run even now. We'll see this in a moment. But of course, what I want to print in my analysis.dat is winners info, say info, oh, sorry, my bad here, winners info sorted. Now I'm just going to put a small little comment, reorder the data so that, basis the sorting options, let's say. Now, notice I have created this new function. I have given it some arguments as well. But even if I call my existing functions the way we were doing, which is to just say, okay, look, please analyze for me variable data and French open data. In fact, it will work because of the default argument. When I run this piece of code and I look at my analysis.dat, you notice indeed the list of dictionaries has been sorted, and I see Roger Federer's name coming on top. But let's say I want to sort on some other key, so I can just go and say, for example, say name, and say maybe in the descending order. So if I put a D over here, it will. So let's do the same thing for the French Open. Say name and descending order. Now, when I run this piece of code, you notice the names are in inverted order. So Stefan Edberg, name starts with S, starts, is on the top line, Stan Smith, and so on. This order has completely changed. And in fact, the same has happened on French Open, where we have somebody's name starting with Y, and that has come on top. So you get the idea, that we can sort this in multiple. Before wrapping this up, I just want to highlight that I'm assuming with the code that I have here that the sorting will be done either basis name times one or the country. Now, the reason is because, these three keys are sort of like, giving a simple data, whereas years one is a list. Now, we could definitely sort it basis this list as well. For example, maybe the first time we have one or the last time we have one and so on, but that will require a little bit more code. So I'm assuming that, the sorting keys will be name, country, or times one, which I think is perfectly fine for now. I hope this was interesting for you. And in general, this is the way we learn Python programming at YByte. Look at our website www.ybyte.in. We have lots and lots of activities which make programming fun to learn. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye bye.